You're not lazy. You're mentally exhausted. There's a difference, and most people will never understand how painful mental fatigue actually is. Because from the outside, you still look normal. You still reply to messages, you still go to work, you still laugh sometimes. You still try to function. But inside your mind, everything feels heavy. Even simple things feel overwhelming now. And the worst part is, you can't even explain why. Because mental fatigue doesn't happen all at once. It happens slowly, quietly, one stressful thought at a time, one sleepless night at a time, one emotionally draining day at a time, until eventually, your own mind stops feeling like a safe place and starts feeling like a prison. Your brain was never designed to stay under constant pressure. But modern life forces people to mentally overload themselves every single day. Too many thoughts, too many expectations, too many fears, too many emotions left unresolved. And after a while, your nervous system begins collapsing silently. That's why mentally exhausted people slowly stop enjoying life the way they used to. Music stops feeling emotional. Conversations start feeling draining. Dreams begin feeling distant. Even happiness starts feeling temporary. Because when your brain stays in survival mode for too long, it slowly loses the ability to rest. You start overthinking everything. Every text, every mistake, every memory, every possible future. Your mind becomes addicted to preparing for pain, even when nothing is wrong. And eventually, you become exhausted from your own thoughts. That's why mentally tired people often isolate themselves. Not because they hate people, but because interaction itself starts feeling overwhelming. Even replying to someone feels emotionally expensive. Your brain reaches a point where silence feels safer than stimulation, where being alone feels easier than pretending you're okay. And nobody notices it happening. Because mental fatigue is invisible. People understand physical pain. They understand broken bones, visible wounds, physical exhaustion. But they don't understand what it feels like when your own mind becomes too heavy to carry. When every small task drains you emotionally. When even resting doesn't feel restful anymore. That's the scary thing about mental fatigue. You can sleep for hours and still wake up exhausted because your body rested, but your mind never did. And over time, this constant pressure slowly changes you. You stop reacting emotionally the same way. You stop feeling present. You stop feeling connected. Sometimes you stare at your screen, doing absolutely nothing, while your mind quietly screams in the background. And honestly, maybe that's where you are right now. Maybe your mind has been carrying pressure nobody knows about. Maybe you've been trying to stay strong for too long. Maybe you've been surviving for so long that you forgot what peace even feels like. But listen carefully. You are not weak for feeling mentally exhausted. Your brain is reacting exactly the way an overwhelmed human mind reacts after carrying too much pressure for too long. Mental fatigue is not failure. It's emotional overload without recovery. And healing does not begin when your life suddenly becomes perfect. Healing begins the moment you finally stop ignoring your exhaustion. The moment you stop forcing yourself to pretend you're okay. The moment you finally admit, this pressure is hurting me. Because awareness is the first step out of survival mode. And slowly, very slowly, your mind can learn how to breathe again. So tonight, stop fighting every thought. Stop carrying everything alone. And allow yourself to rest. Not as a machine, but as a human being. And if this video felt painfully relatable, then maybe your mind has been exhausted for longer than you realized. Subscribe to Psythic for more cinematic psychological videos that understand the emotions people struggle to explain. And comment below, what mentally exhausts you the most?